All right, right about now in the 5 series, we're going to look at the Fantasy record label. All right, this is a record label that's been around for a long time. Started off in the, I can't remember, maybe the 40s or 50s. Dave Brubeck was a partner at one point before he became estranged from the other two partners and did his own thing. And they kind of like went on to go into all different genres. They're kind of a versatile label and a label that flies under the radar somewhat. But I get into records on fantasy. So anyway, let's kick it off. Side Effect, one of my favorite soul groups of all time. Definitely a popular group in the UK where I'm from amongst my generation. They're one of those groups. I think if they reformed, they could definitely go to the UK, definitely London, and get a bag because they've got some classics. And I've mentioned a different album by theirs prior. Also, this album's a dope album. Always There, which is like a club classic, is on this. SOS is on here too. Keep that same old feeling. This is a good album by a great band, Side Effect, on the Fantasy label. See, it's going to be a hodgepodge of different genres, which kind of sums up fantasy. Carl Jada putting it together, that Latin jazz guy. I buy Cal Jada records. You know what you're getting with Cal Jada. You're getting cool cocktail Latin jazz, and he has a consistency level which is to be admired. This is a live album, um, bits and pieces, and I put a note here: side one, track one, and side two, track one. So I guess it's got a couple bangers on there. But if I remember correctly, the whole album is pretty good. This is kind of sums up Cal Jada. It's like his whole output is pretty solid. The Blackbirds, jazz funk, my favorite jazz funk group of all time. The Blackbirds, the Meters are up there too, but I sold my Meters records years ago. That's a whole other topic. But if I had to toss a coin, it would be the Blackbirds, my favorite jazz funk group of all time. Hit after hit, banger after banger. This album, City Life, Rock Creek Park, is on this album, amongst with a bunch of other tunes. There's the Blackbirds, you can't go wrong with them. Jazz, funk, royalty, and it's on the Fantasy label. And I think pretty much all of their output, for the most part, maybe the later years, no, but they're like known for being on Fantasy. Idris Muhammad, Make It Count, the great drummer Muhammad. I would say arguably his most well-known recordings are on the Kudu label, where he did that trilogy of albums where it's like face like this. But this is also a solid project with some hard boogie groove. When Muhammad can, he's a jazz drummer, but his boogie bag and his disco funk bag is just super solid, and he brings it on this record too. Make it count, and he makes it count on the Fantasy label. And finally, we've got this Canon Adderley record. I need more Canon Adderley records. I'm a fan of him, like as a saxophonist. This is it's like a theater production jazz record. It's a rambunctious record. It's a in your face record, and it's a right on record. It captures that 70s black power, black solidarity, zeitgeist, and it's a double album, I think. But it's filled with like definitely filled with breaks and loops and samples. But it's just a nice, for want of a better phrase, interesting record to get into, and it's on a Fantasy label. And all these records are on a Fantasy label. Don't sleep. Hi-Fi Records, no, Hi-Fi Recluse, Good Fine Records. That's our label, Good Fine Records. Check that out. And you know what? Let's get it. Fantasy.